Good day everybody, welcome back to Munich, welcome back to the channel. Today a small random walk here in the southern part of Munich in the borough of Giesing, or is it Harlaching, somewhere in the border region. And today it's about a square, a stadium and a store. So let's go and have a look around. The area is okay, nothing bad about that. And let's go walk along the Grünwalder Straße, which is one of the main connectors to the south, to the neighboring borough of Grünwald. Yeah, Grünwald is not a part of Munich, but its own community. But yeah, it has a direct border with Munich. I was just down there and had a nice look at the high walking grounds over the Isar River. And back in the city, I said, okay, let's have a look at this. Still at the high grounds is this landmark, which is the stadium. The Städtische Stadion an der Grünwalder Straße. Home of, right now, Munich 1860. They're playing in the Dritte Liga, the third tier league, here in Germany. They had, under the crisis, if I got this correctly, I don't follow them too closely. I'm not a fan of the club, but yeah. You cannot escape news from 60, as they're called here in Munich, in the city. You will always hear something. Yeah, they had some big problems with an investor who tried to rule the club, but the club didn't want to be ruled by the investor. And yeah, this story took a while to develop. In the meantime, the investor was ready to sell his shares back to the club. But the club couldn't pay. It's chaos all the way. The only thing that's good with the club is their development of young players. They're really excellent. And these guys, when they get older, they tend to come back. Players like Florian Niederlechner and Kevin Volland. Don't know if you heard about these guys. They played all over Germany, all over Europe. I think Volland had a stint with Monaco. Yeah, so he. I hope he didn't forget how to pay taxes. They grew up playing here, and they are back here. And they wanted to go on a big, nice run and try to get promoted to the Zweite Liga, the second tier league. I don't know if this would have been possible to play their home games still here in this stadium, because as you can see, here on the right hand side and on the other side of the street over there, this stadium is right in a residential area. So night games are not allowed due to noise. The stadium is from short after World War II, something like that. This is a really old and rotten stadium. No VIP lounges as far as I know. No big amenities. Just the most basic stuff. And I think capacity is limited to a little over 10,000. The stadium could hold a little more. But yeah, the city says no, not more than, I think it's 11,500, something around that. Yeah, this wouldn't be enough for the second league, I'm sure. So 60 once was in the Bundesliga and of course also in the Zweite Bundesliga. And at this time they played their home games either in the Olympic Stadium, have a look up the corner for this video, or in the Allianz Arena, which is, they used to be part owner of the Allianz Arena, but now they went bankrupt and they're not anymore. Yeah, 60, either you, in the earlier times, either you like them or you hate them. Right now, this has completely changed. Right now, they are not relevant anymore. Not in a case that I would invest much care about the club. They're in the third league, they will stay there. They might get relegated to the fourth league. So they are not as important. But they still have a big and loyal and very, very good fan base. The stadium is always full, regardless of the chaos and regardless of how bad they're playing. The fans still show up. Einmal Löwe, immer Löwe. Once a lion, always a lion. Sign here, yeah. And maybe there's even a little glimpse into the stadium. And I think no. Let's see, maybe down the stairs. Yeah. At least we will be able to see some green. Right through here. A little view into the städtische Stadion an der Grünwalder Straße. Nice. Okay. I said a square, we had this. A stadium, we had it as well. Now it's the store. And it will take me back to the traffic light and then to the left to get to the store I mentioned. And I will come back to you approaching the store. See you soon. Alright, crossing the street, which is just on top of the Mittlere Ring. You see the cars popping underground over there. This is the Mittlere Ring, the ring road. And this square is at the Tegernseer Landstraße. I don't know if the square has a name. The tram station is just called Tegernseer Landstraße. Of course, there's a beer garden, which is supposed to be pretty busy when there's football being played. But this is not the store I was talking about. The store is at the next crossing, so about 50 meters away. And it is, I've never been in this store, but I worked for the company that's running the store. Spoiler, yeah, it's a McDonald's. Because right here, right at this square, at the Tegernseer Landstraße, is the first McDonald's that opened in Germany. It was in December 1971 when the store that's over there opened for the first time as the first McDonald's here in Germany. Of course, a lot has changed since. The surrounding, maybe not as much. Some new houses have been added, I'm sure. Some old houses have gone. And the building itself, the store, happy birthday, first McDonald's restaurant in Germany, 50 years, back in 2021. Yep, that's definitely history. Yeah, I worked for McDonald's when I was at school for 4 years on, how do you call that? In Germany there's a system that allows people to work a certain amount of hours to earn a certain amount of money without paying taxes for it. So-called Geringverdiener, and retirees do that, students do that, school kids do that, and maybe even some regular people next to their normal job, they do that. I did it for 4 years at McDonald's, not at this one, but yeah, today I have the dog with me, otherwise I would go in there and show you the inside of McDonald's. I cannot do that with the dog. But what I can do, and what I will do, is crossing the street here and walking towards the church, which is a pretty nice one over there. We are in downtown Giesing. There is a brewery, must be here in the area as well, the Giesinger Brewery. They have another brewing facility right now in the north, in the Lerchenau. But the original Giesinger Brewery must be somewhere here. In the meantime, here this little park to the right hand side, not too bad. And of course the church here in the background. Okay, and yeah, I decided I didn't want this video to be too long, so I will do anything else in another video. And come on, end this video right here. This was a square, this was a stadium and a store, the first McDonald's in Germany. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did, because walking today is an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you soon back here in Munich. Until then, have a good time. Goodbye.